I am the first and only person in the world so far to be cured of HIV. In 1995, a former partner of mine, who was a friend at that time, he said that he had tested positive for HIV, and that was heartbreaking. And then he suggested that I get tested as well. And I got tested at the same place he had gotten tested. When I got tested, my test came back positive. I knew that having safe sex was important, to always wear condoms, but we didn't wear condoms. Okay, I tested positive in 1995, and then in 2006, I found out that I had acute myeloid leukemia. I had leukemia. I was supposed to go through 4 rounds of chemo. Unfortunately, during the 3rd round of chemo, I got a sepsis infection and had to be put into an induced coma. After that, I was hoping that I wouldn't have to do more chemo treatment, because obviously my body didn't really like it. In the meantime, they had found a donor. I got tested for my blood was tested and sent to a stem cell donor bank. I had a very high number of donors that were possible, and because of that, the doctor looked. He had an idea of looking for a donor who was immune to HIV. There's something called CCR5 delta 32, and that the people that have that from both of their parents, who are what's called homozygous for that, they're immune to HIV. Prevalent in only 1% of Northern Europeans. It doesn't occur in any other part of the world. It's just Northern Europeans. It was a German man who lived near Cologne. I don't really know much about him. He was from near Cologne, and he was a student at NYU. He was actually in the United States when they contacted him. He agreed to do it, and so I had first said that I wasn't going to do the transplant because the survival rate of that is about 50%. So I can take my HIV meds for the rest of my life and probably live a pretty healthy life. I had done fine up till then, and I didn't have any real resistance to any drugs or anything like that. Near the end of 2006, it came back. Went out of remission. At that point, I decided, okay, I guess I'll do the transplant. The transplant was a complete experiment. Nobody had any idea if it would work or not. It had not been done up till then. So nobody knew if it would work anymore. I was a guinea pig. I was very lucky to be in Germany at that point. If I had been in the United States, I'd be dead.
Why?
Because it was an experiment. Germany is, they're more willing to take risks and things like that. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. In my case, it did work out. Before I was cured, I basically worked and kind of put HIV on the back burner. I took my medication and was doing pretty well. In Berlin, you can be open about your status, and in fact, I told my boss and all of my work colleagues. I was working in a cafe, and everyone knew. All my colleagues knew. Of course, I didn't go around the restaurant going, "Hey, I'm HIV positive." Yeah, that wouldn't have gone over well. Okay, I had to recover for quite a while, and at the point where I recovered, I decided that I have to be a voice to make sure I'm not the only one, and that's what I've been doing. I decided I couldn't live with myself if I didn't try to make sure that I wasn't the only one. I was afraid to get tested because at that point, an HIV diagnosis was a death sentence. Basically, if you got diagnosed, you were dead in 2 years. In fact, the friend who told me I should get tested said, "You know, we're probably gonna die in about 2 years." and that was scary. If you get a medication, you will your life expectancy will be nearly that of a person without HIV, and the only thing is that you have to take medication every day for the rest of your life, and that kind of sucks. But my message about cure is that if it happened once, it is possible. A cure is possible, or curing HIV is possible, and I'm really hoping that that scientists will come up with ways to cure HIV.